We mentioned earlier the importance of ergonomics in workroom interiors, and in every type of interior, whether it's a laboratory or a medical exam room, if it's a processing interior for even a classroom, it's very important that that workstation be organized so that that worker is as productive and as comfortable as possible. Those are the two ranges we have to balance within at all times, productivity and comfort. Keep in mind, these are highly trained, these are highly paid technicians, they're scientists, they're people who are highly trained to do very specialized work, and we want them, again, comfortable. We want them ergonomically positioned so they maintain ease of access to their workspace, and we minimize fatigue and the other loss of productivity that occurs when people simply get tired or have poor access or postures in their work zones. So in specific, I'd like to talk a few moments about what we do above the work surface. We learned a little bit about what goes on below the work surface, but above the work surface is what we have, or what we refer to as our active pick and our active reach zone. Those zones are defined pretty much by the old wheel of movement by Hippocrates, if you remember the circle of movement. And what we like to do as much as possible is keep workflow processing in that range of movement. Typically, that entails about a 5-foot wingspan. In most laboratory interiors or other work-intensive interiors, we try to minimize most movement to 1 foot or less, meaning you can take a step left or you can take a step right and still maintain fairly efficient movement without excessive fatigue. So the things that we do with our modular millwork to facilitate that result of ergonomics and support comfort and productivity is we offer a wide variety of accessories. We refer to the line as MoreSpace and other components that we bring into the work environment to better organize inventory and better position necessary articles and elements of that work processing. A few of these items would include things as simple as a pencil cup. Frequently workers lose time because they can't locate pencils or markers. But we also use these same items for thermometers, pipettes, tongue depressors, all other types of supplies and things that again are needed frequently in that active work environment. These are designed so they can set on the table if they need intensive interaction with that particular element, or so they can easily be hung anywhere on the system based on the worker comfort. How high do they reach comfortably? Are they left-handed? Are they right-handed? Where is this ideally situated based on how frequently they need that and what item goes inside of here? So these items are designed simply to click on as needed and click off as needed, again, to support the worker. That's what we're trying to do, is create an efficient ergonomic footprint, minimize movement, maximize comfort and productivity. Other items that we find are frequently useful in these interiors, we do a series of acrylic dispensers. These are probably most commonly utilized in medical interiors, laboratory interiors, or where we have discrete picking required in production facilities. But don't limit your thinking to just those interiors. We also use them in break rooms for separating condiments. So it's very easy to find the NutraSweet or the Equal or the sugar or whatever other types of condiments are needed in those environments for supporting those workers during their breaks. This item is designed with clear acrylic or plexi to give you easy visible overview so you can measure inventory. You can know when you're about to run out of an item or when you need perhaps to refill any particular item. Also allows you to effortlessly visually guide to the specific bin that you need. Most of our interiors are fairly sensitive as far as particle intake or other types of germs transmission. We always, especially in medical environments, want to make sure we minimize cross-contamination potential. So we do a lot of what we call finger lift, drop lid construction so that a worker, while processing, can take one finger, reach in, grab the specific item they need, and then that lid automatically closes and prevents air circulation on those items of inventory or other components inside of the bins. We have a variety of standards you can use in these acrylic bins, but also you're free to design whatever best suits your users' in needs. All of our products are built to order so that, again, analyze what's needed from an ergonomic standpoint, then we'll create the proper dispensing or organizing component to go in that interior. So again, these are designed to be very easily movable, so if a shorter or a taller worker comes into that work zone for the second or the third shift, they can then easily set this up to best support their ergonomics and their comfort and result in productivity. So again, these accessories are designed so you can analyze the workflow needs of each workstation, design the right component, support that productivity, keep that worker comfortable, and minimize fatigue in that environment. We offer a wide variety of components for glove dispensing, stopper organization. We do a lot of document management components as well. There still is a good bit of documentation required in our teaching interiors, our lab interiors, our medical interiors. A lot of people are going paperless, but we still find there's an irreducible minimum of documentation required in almost every processing interior. So we also have your effective paper management trays, or paper managers we call those. Again, those can be situated in any position that best supports that particular worker and their individual characteristics. We do a lot of dispensers. These happen to be blood labels. We also do shipping stations for things like overnight labels, priority labels, whatever you would need. It's much easier to have that visually located inside of that easy active reach zone. If you need to refill it, it's a matter of taking it off, lifting the lid, putting your new labels in, dropping it down, and you're ready to go back to work. So, visual inventory keeping, easy access, minimize airflow in and out of those interiors. Those are all simple things that give us a more ergonomic and a more productive interior. We also have a variety of other styles of elements. If people are requiring binders for regulation or shelves to put binders on, we have a laptop shelf. So if you're working with laptops in that interior or small items that would need a small shelf, again, it gives you a wide degree of articulation and movement so that you can organize those various accessories. We also do a lot of keyboard support and monitor support. This is our Style 3 arm, which will carry your heaviest monitors in the workplace. Again, from a comfort standpoint, viewing angle is critically important with a monitor or with an intensive data entry task. So this is designed on a ball joint so that you can organize or position this monitor at whatever level best suits your particular comfort at any point of the day throughout your work shift. It also is designed so it can easily be positioned for multiple access. So if you're doing data entry, if you're doing shared workstations, or if you have an island set up such as this, where a worker may be working on this side doing research and perhaps is working on the back side to do some documentation or some cleanup or other prep work, they can share one monitor back and forth, and again, minimize movement to get to that monitor, to read orders if you're picking prescriptions in a pharmacy, or doing any other type of a processing that might require multiple positions viewing a particular monitor. We have a screw in the end that is simply a cam screw that they can loosen, adjust the level of the monitor up or down. Same with the keyboard tray. So again, easy adjustment on demand as suits that specific worker at that specific point in time, but also allows a dynamic range of movement if you do have to take that step or move to the other side of the workstation to be able to complete that task. We also offer task lighting. This is our basic correct candle watt light for natural daylight simulation. Again, minimize eye strain, maximize illumination, make it easy for that worker to see what they're doing. But more importantly, make it very easy for them to adjust the lighting to their task. So if they need a little more task intensity, maybe they're viewing discrete items on their desktop, it's easy to adjust this down or to adjust it left or right, or even if they're moving to the back side of their station, again, to very easily take the light with them. That's a very ergonomic feature. It's also a very green feature, and what we're finding in most large interiors these days is we're minimizing the overall ambient lighting because it consumes a lot of fossil fuels and a lot of energy, and it's very expensive to light that interior. So we're using a bit of a subdued ambient lighting, but giving workers task-intensive lighting at their workstation so they then can have the amount of light adjusted to the task they're performing. So a lot of things through this product are just basic common sense results of green thinking and trying to support that ergonomic posture of those workers throughout those work-intensive tasks. We also have the ability, as needed, to drop in sinks. You can select from a variety of fixtures with aerator or different types of turret faucets if you need, for laboratory grade all the way through break room sinks as would be required. Just specify that. It can be dropped right into your system as needed when we manufacture that product. So again, what we're really trying to do is we're trying to minimize worker movement, maximize comfort, and maximize efficiency through this ergonomic workstation organization with our MoreSpace products. A few additional items we will just point out for your information. We have a work shelf. This comes in a variety of widths from 13 through 42 inches wide. We also have what we call a shelf topper capability. So again, if you want to share work back and forth on both sides of the workstation, we want this information that's vital organized, easily accessible, but always out of the way. So get it off the desk surface, put it in that active reach zone, and make it easy for those workers to have needed information or materials on demand. This shelf is also available in a simple snap-in version, so if you decide you want to put a particular machine or a scale or other type of a monitor in your workstation, you can then just position this shelf as needed and relocate it when that need changes. Very simple, snap-in, easy adjustment component. I mentioned earlier the acrylic bins. Again, you can design these to fit your specific needs. This is a bin that was designed for a pharmacy application for picking bottles to fill prescriptions. It clips into the rail, but also is designed to sit on the work surface, so if they're in a fairly intensive filling run, they can just set it right there and again minimize movement by pulling bottles, slapping labels on, and inserting the proper medications inside. So again, what we really want to accomplish with this product is to give you the easiest method to provide an effective and ergonomic solution for that work interior and enable that to be configured to each specific worker throughout the process. All of our modular millwork products are designed to accept this product. The MoreSpace products we call the post and rail or the MoreSpace organizers. To add this to any modular millwork product or desk surface, we simply have one bolt that inserts in the bottom of the post. You remember that welded insert? We have the welded insert in the base of this post. So literally 2 bolts enable us to incorporate this entire desktop organization into our MoreSpace product. They install inside of our existing 3-inch diameter grommets, which are a standard grommet placed in all of our workstations. So it's very easy to incorporate today. It's also very easy to change later. If you decide you need this as a machine island, remove 2 bolts, take this product off, and then you're ready to transform the function of that workspace very quickly and very easily.